So I'm going to be very real here. We're talking XDefiant, right? Gamers have expectations, and these expectations sometimes are nowhere near based in reality. Some gamers might see XYZ game doing very well in the future. Other people might write off a game immediately. And then others have more of a mature thought towards progress in a game, right? I believe I am the progress guy. Like I kind of like zoom out and look at everything instead of judging everything immediate for what I see, right? Right? XDefiant is in a dilemma, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or anything like that. If people have asked, people might be like, Abel, have you been playing XDefiant recently? Honestly, no. Between me recovering from sickness and just not having time to play, I haven't played it much at all. However, I have seen content around the interwebs that have been talking about XDefiant being dead and things of that nature. And I got to speak on this because this is something that I've mentioned previously before, but I think that this video here would put it in better perspective for what's happening with XDefiant's future. So if that sounds good to you, make sure that you give this video a like. And also, if you care to stay up to date on all the shooter news and updates that you care about, consider subscribing today. The growing pains of getting the formula right. That is what XDefiant is going through right now. There are aspects of the game that you guys will enjoy. There's some things that you won't enjoy about XDefiant. And right now, for what I'm seeing, right, just me personally, just on the outside looking in for the time being, because I haven't hopped back in, this is what we're going through. The game's trying to find its formula. The game's trying to find its footing. It's trying to find that staying power someplace in the way the game's not only mechanics are, right, gameplay wise, but also what the core fundamental of the game is and how it should be played and how it should be balanced, right? It's finding itself right now. And a lot of gamers at home might feel like that's crazy, but every game has gone through these trials and errors to get something right, right? And we have to have patience with these titles. Now, my thing is this. Now, do you have to play XDefiant every day? No, you really don't. You could put XDefiant down and hop to a plethora of other shooters out there that are going to be worth your time. You know what I mean? But do we have to bash the game and say it's shitty or anything like that? No, we don't have to go down that route neither. But we could be very realistic in what we're seeing. For me personally, I wanted them to do better in ranked. Ranked for me, the ranked mode, currently is just not hitting for me, right? It's just not hitting for me. But also that leads to the pocket of the overall game that I'm seeing that isn't hitting to me as well. And guys, I'm speaking from the times when I was playing and really, really going hard, right? I'm going to be getting back into it soon, but this is what I'm seeing here. These are the optics that I have right now. The game could be a lot better, but again, it's finding itself in the balancing realm and figuring things out. If anybody remembers Rainbow Six Siege, it took Siege a while to get its shit together. A while. But you've seen the bones of the game and the foundation, and you're like, you got something here. You got something here. And that's exactly how I feel about XDefiant. It's going to take some time for this game to find its footing and find that identity for the game that is XDefiant. And that is definitely going to take time. But a person like me, I need something to pull me in. I need that why. I need something to hook me where I'm just like, okay, I'm really in this for XYZ, right? Like, you guys know me. I love search and destroy type game modes and one-lifers, right? That's really why I'm here for XDefiant, right? Because I honestly feel like they could deliver upon that experience very well. But we're just not there yet. And that's fine. That's fine. No pressure for me. No pressure for me. But I'm not going to write the game off as dead. It's far from it, and I feel as though, again, it's just finding itself and needs a little time. And this is the funny part, because content won't keep the players content. Okay? Let me say that again. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Content won't keep the players content. You could have all the content in the world and still have player retention go down if the core fundamentals of the game aren't quite there yet, right? The balancing isn't quite right. The ranked mode isn't quite going well. The things that other games that are doing well tend to have gotten right over time, right? But again, time, guys. They get it right over time. And XDefiant isn't quite there yet, in my humble opinion, right? In my humble opinion, isn't quite there yet. So you could throw all the content you want. You could give us Daytona, new weapons and skins and camos to grind for. You could do all that, right? But if people aren't having fun in the core experience and it's not something that's hooking and really not refined and really well thought out, right? Right? But again, this takes data and time to adjust these things. People just aren't going to be interested like that. And I'm not going to say the player numbers or whatever the case for XDefiant is abysmal, because honestly, I don't know him that well. But I'm going to say this. I just feel as though gamers might have taken a break from XDefiant or whatever the case is, or played another shooter. There are a lot of shooters out here, man. And just to stay committed to one, that's a tough ask. You know what I mean? So listen, man, content isn't going to be the end all be all for this game, because again, I always champion these guys because I'm like, the content flow that they have coming to this game is amazing for XDefiant. However, if you don't have everything else in check, it's all for nothing, because gamers need to have that player retention within the game and have that why to play the game. And XDefiant currently, for right now, for me, doesn't have that why and that staying power just yet, because it's finding itself. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. And now, let's really keep it real. People are going to still play regardless of all the dead videos and XYZ. People are going to still play XDefiant. It's a free alternative to Call of Duty. Again, let me say this for the people in the back. It's a free alternative to Call of Duty. You understand me? So people aren't just going to up and leave that experience, right? And I imagine gamers by now already have a crew of people that they already play with that have a fun time on the game. And guys, there is fun to be had on XDefiant. Let's keep it all the way real. There's some aspects of XDefiant that's very fun. So I don't want to ever take the credit away from this game and act like it's just a shit show right out the gate. But it's definitely going to need time to develop, as we can see, and content isn't going to be the end-all be-all for this game. It needs to be refined. There needs to be checks and balances and systems in place to make sure that this experience delivers for both you and I. But trust me, this game is nowhere near dead, okay? So the sad reality of XDefiant is this. It needs more time cooking and finding itself, finding its way. But again, I have said this in several videos. I already knew that this point was going to come. I already knew there was going to be a lull and people like, yo, I don't know if I'm really feeling XDefiant, or is this game dead, or whatever the case is, or XDefiant isn't really hitting right now. This thing is looking like a dumpster fire. No, guys, that's not the case. You have to hang in there or step away, which is perfectly fine, and come back to the game later just to see the progress and see what's going on. And that's being a mature gamer or a mature person. Just don't write things off. Give things time and see how things play out. You know what I mean? But I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Are you still playing XDefiant? How do you feel about it? And let's have a discussion. I love you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Again, make sure you give it a big like. And also, if you didn't watch my last video, be sure to click here, and I'll be sure to see you there.